We call this the diffraction limit, and it tells us the smallest detail that we can see when we look through a microscope. Have you ever wondered why cameras seem to care so much about their aperture, about how much light gets let in? It actually changes more than just how bright the image is. It changes how much we can see and what kind of detail we can see. And that's because light is a wave. And because it's a wave, it's always trying to spread itself out. And that means we can never focus light down to a single point. There's always going to be a little bit of spread to it. And so the wider angles we can come at, the smaller the point we can make. But there's only so much we can do. We can never make it infinitely large lens and focus down to an infinitely small point. And that's a problem when it comes to biology, because the things in biology are really, really small. With light being a wave, that means that if we try to see details that are smaller than the wavelength of the light, everything's going to end up being blurry. So one way that we can address that problem is by using something with a smaller wavelength. So we can look at X-rays. The structure of DNA was first measured by using X-rays because they have a really teeny tiny wavelength, so we could see the teeny tiny structure of DNA. We could also use neutrons and get even smaller details. Or an electron microscope can see individual atoms inside of a molecule. So how can we see something if we can't get light small enough so that it can focus onto it? Well, there are other things that we can try. We can try seeing how the light changes when it interacts with something. We can look at how the light changes wavelength when it interacts with some tiny molecules. Or we can see how the light changes direction. We can also attach things to different parts of the cell, get them to glow a different color. And that way we can point and say, oh, there's something of this there. Or we can use something that isn't even light and look at cells using sound or electricity or a lot of other tools at our disposal. And all these tools are coming from physics. They're giving us different ways that we can look at something that we've been looking at our whole lives and start to understand what's really going on, see the things that are too small for us to see. Physics is all about finding simplicity in the complicated. So is office hours. So click the link to watch more.